Hello everyone, I am Michelle. Welcome to this channel and joining me here. Before I begin, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and on the notification button so that you will receive the latest e-learning video seamlessly. Today's presentation is on a critical yet often overlooked pillar of financial stability, the Treasury Legal Documentation Audit. Over the next couple of minutes, we will explore why these audits are not just a compliance exercise, but a strategic imperative. We'll break down what they are, how to conduct them, the common risks they uncover, and how to build a sustainable process for ongoing management. My goal is for you to leave with a clear framework for understanding and action. Let's begin with a fundamental question. What is Treasury legal documentation? In simple terms, it is the contractual backbone of all your treasury and financial market activities. This includes ISDA master agreements and credit support annexes for derivatives trading, global master repurchase agreements, GMRAs, for repo transactions, credit agreements and facility letters for loans and liquidity lines, security and collateral agreements, guarantees, account control agreements for cash concentration structures, and corporate governance documents like board resolutions that grant trading authority. Think of this documentation as your company's financial immune system. When markets are calm, its importance fades into the background. But during stress, a counterparty default, a credit downgrade, a market dispute, or even an internal audit finding, this documentation is your first and last line of defense. A documentation audit is the proactive health check of this immune system. Its primary objectives are: first, risk mitigation, to ensure contracts are legally sound, enforceable, and accurately reflect intended terms. Second, operational integrity, to verify that signed agreements match our internal systems and operational processes. Third, compliance assurance, to confirm adherence to internal policies, external regulations, and accounting standards like hedge accounting under IFRS 9 or ASC 815. And fourth, value preservation, to identify opportunities for netting efficiency, collateral optimization, and credit line savings. Without this audit, you are operating on blind faith. And in Treasury, blind faith is an unacceptable risk. A successful audit is not a random file review. It is a structured project. We recommend a 4-phase approach. Phase 1, scoping and inventory. This is the foundation. You must answer: what documents do we have and where are they? Identify all relevant counterparties and products. Create a central registry, a simple spreadsheet, or a dedicated system. Capture key data: counterparty, agreement type, execution date, governing law, credit support terms. Physically locate every original or certified copy. A missing original can be a major liability. Phase 2, the core legal and financial review. This is the heart of the audit. Each document is checked against a master checklist. Key areas include: accuracy. Do the legal names, addresses, and signatures match exactly? Completeness. Are all schedules, annexes, and elections properly completed? Is the credit support annex even in place? Terms alignment. Do the contractual terms, like payment netting, termination events, thresholds, match what we think we agreed to in negotiations? Credit risk protections. Are financial covenants, collateral thresholds, and minimum transfer amounts correctly set and still appropriate? Operational linkage. Do the settlement instructions, account details, and notice addresses match our current operations? Phase 3, the compliance and policy review. Here, we step back and ask: does this portfolio of contracts comply with our rules? Check against internal Treasury policy. Are derivative notional amounts within limits? Are authorized products and counterparties being used? Check against regulatory requirements. For derivatives, are the necessary regulatory disclosures, swap representations, and protocols in place? Check hedge accounting documentation. If applicable, does the documentation support the hedge designation for accounting purposes? This is a frequent audit finding. Phase 4, Gap Analysis and Remediation. Findings are useless without action. This phase involves classifying issues by severity, critical, high, medium. Assigning clear ownership for remediation, Treasury Legal Operations. Tracking each finding to closure, which may involve renegotiating annexes, executing amending agreements, or updating internal processes. What does an audit actually find? While every company is different, several themes appear consistently. The lost original problem, signed agreements stored in a departed employee's desk or never received from the counterparty. The mismatch dilemma. The terms in the signed CSA don't match the terms recorded in our Treasury management system. This creates operational and valuation errors. Incomplete elections. Key schedules in an ISDA, like the election of governing law or jurisdiction, left blank, creating legal uncertainty. Outdated credit terms, a CSA with a zero threshold for a counterparty whose credit rating has deteriorated, leaving us overexposed. Authority issues, trading under a facility where the supporting board resolution has expired or is missing. Regulatory gaps, missing legal entity identifiers, LEIs, in documents, or failure to adhere to new regulatory margin rules for in-scope entities. Each of these is a potential crack in your foundation. Finding them before a crisis is the entire point. A one-time audit cleans up the past. But Treasury is dynamic, new deals, new counterparties, changing regulations. Therefore, we must institutionalize the process. First, centralize ownership. Assign a documentation manager within Treasury. This is the single point of accountability. Second, implement a lifecycle management system. Move from spreadsheets to a dedicated database or system to track execution, amendments, and renewals. Third, integrate into deal workflow. Make document verification a mandatory step before a trade is executed. No signed credit support, no trading. Fourth, schedule periodic re-audits. A full review every 18 to 24 months, with targeted reviews triggered by events like a credit downgrade or a new product launch. And fifth, foster cross-functional collaboration. Treasury, legal, risk and operations must have a clear, documented handshake process for document negotiation, execution, and storage. This transforms the audit from a reactive, stressful project into a proactive, manage control function. In summary, a Treasury Legal Documentation Audit is a strategic investment in resilience. Here are your 3 key takeaways. 1. It's a risk-first exercise. The goal is not to create a perfect library, but to eliminate existential legal and financial risks that could cripple the organization during market stress. 2. Methodology is key. Follow a structured approach, inventory, review, analyze, remediate. Ad hoc reviews leave gaps. 3. Sustainability is success. Build the ongoing management of legal documents into your Treasury control framework. It is a core competency, not a back-office task. Ultimately, strong documentation is the quiet enabler of confident Treasury operations. It allows you to execute strategy, manage risk, and optimize resources, knowing your contractual foundations are secure. Thank you for your time and attention. If you found this video is useful, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and share it out with your friends and colleagues. Thanks again, and have a nice day. Hello,